Well, hello. Welcome to Joe's Hot Takes 25. This is a podcast introduction. So, hello, everyone. I'm Joe, and I'd like to take a few minutes to introduce myself, give you a little background on Joe's Hot Takes 25 and what we're about. So, I'll start with a little quick background on myself. I am a retired police officer from Arizona. My career spanned over 30 years. And throughout my time in law enforcement, I worked in investigations, patrol, crisis and hostage negotiations with the SWAT team. I was a canine handler with an awesome canine, little Belgian Malinois, super fun dog, and did a lot of patrol work and also drug work with that dog. So I also worked in drug recognition, drug interdiction. I worked on a lot of special projects for the police department. But my last 8.5 years, I worked in media relations as a public information officer for a fairly large police department in Arizona. I was also a co-founder of a child abuse prevention group. So we dedicated our time speaking with communities about recognizing and reporting child abuse. What is it and how do you report it? And I'll talk about that. I do have a podcast coming up talking specifically about child abuse and domestic violence. So most of my law enforcement career, I was also involved in small businesses. Currently, to this day, still operate a small scuba business with my business partner, Justin, and we do travel and training. We're really based more out of Puerto Rico right now because the water's warm. It's cold in Arizona. The lakes are murky. The water in the Caribbean, clear and warm. Love it. So that's why we're down there doing that. So after retiring from law enforcement, I did move to northern Arizona where I did a little tractor business. So I did a little grading, leveling out lots and things like that, and preparing for home sites, preparing the ground. And that was in the summer. In the winter, I was using the tractor to move snow. And so eventually the snow won. And I decided, I need to find me a place in Puerto Rico where the water's warm, the temperature is always the same-ish. It's always warm. There's a hurricane or two, but hey, come on. We still own a home there to this day. So me, hey, I grew up a country boy. I'm a little country boy from Wyoming. Spent my childhood hunting, fishing, water skiing, snow skiing, riding motorcycles. Yes, Harley Davidsons. Back in the 70s, AMF had Harley Davidson, and they were producing snow machines and dirt bikes, and that was me. I was the dirt bike guy. I was riding dirt bikes and snow machines because there was a lot of snow in Wyoming. And so spent a lot of time there, and Wyoming was just a beautiful place to be from and to grow up in. That area was amazing. My family owned businesses. They owned a hardware store, motel, sporting goods, bakery, deli, things like that. And my father was a contractor and built homes. So I spent a lot of my childhood working on job sites, helping my father. Of course, as a young child, I was picking up nails. As an older child, I was doing more labor. And then I also worked in our businesses. So a lot of background with business, along with my background in law enforcement. So beyond my professional life, I'm incredibly proud to be the father of two amazing adult children. They are now adults, like I say, and they are carving out their own paths. And that's really cool for me to see and to watch and see them grow and their families grow. So with all of that came one of my greatest joys in life, and that is being a grandparent. I'm a grandpa to two wonderful little humans, and I love to be able to look at them and watch them and see my own children in their children. So they look like little replicas of my children. It's kind of fun. You understand, I'm sure. So this is an amazing extension of our lives. Just family is just a great, amazing extension of our lives. And it just brings a lot of beauty and peace into our lives. And speaking of beauty, I have to share that my wife, Melinda, is a beautiful, wonderful woman. She is my absolute source of love, commitment, health, and happiness. And Melinda wears many hats. She is a health coach, a travel agent, a project manager, just an all-around incredible woman. Let me just throw this in there. She's also one heck of a good cook. Wow. She fixes some amazing meals and always healthy. Always, always healthy. So she's very, very much inspires me to be healthy. She very much inspires me every day to be a better person and to live better and to live in the moment. I have a history of wanting to project to the future or live in the past, and Melinda has the ability to bring me back to center and remind me to just live in the moment and be grateful for where I am, what I have, and how my life is. So I really appreciate that. And speaking of being grateful, I am so grateful to have her in my life. I love sharing my life with her. Another quick side note, she is a gym beast and she beats me down in the gym, but I get my revenge because I've gotten her mountain biking now. So I push her a little bit in the mountain biking side. She pushes me in the gym. So anyway, enough of that. So let me just jump into why Joe's Hot Takes 25. What brought this on? So, I tried to just kind of look at my whole life and say, what do I have? I have training. I have experience. I have knowledge. I've experienced so many things in my background and just family and work and training and experiences, travel, all of these things. And I thought, wow, maybe, just maybe, I have something valuable that I can share. And how can I do that? I thought, wow, podcast. I can do a podcast. And that's what brought this all up. So it's just kind of my way of taking my personal experiences. I try to gather some facts and do some current research and ask the questions, just these thought-provoking questions to just kind of get us all thinking. And hopefully some of these will be entertaining as well. Because, of course, we don't want to have just all these serious podcasts over and over again. A little bit of fun, because we all like a good laugh every now and then, right? So I'll work on that. But the podcast generally, I'm trying to find topics that really affect each of us as Americans. A couple of podcasts that I already have out and things that I'm working on are immigration in America, racism in America, student debt, and how do we deal with that? The difference between our public schools and charter schools, and how does that affect us, and how does that affect our students? So just some different things like that I just want to just get the thoughts going. So currently, my wife and I split our time between Puerto Rico and Arizona. Right now, I'm in Arizona, but I want to do a shout out to Isabela, Puerto Rico, and the entire island. We love you. Me encanta la gente de Puerto Rico. The people are beautiful. The island is beautiful. But the people are amazing. They're so kind. The people of Puerto Rico have always been welcoming to me and kind to the gringo. And I really appreciate that. So a shout out to my peeps in Puerto Rico. So now, I know most of us don't exactly enjoy hearing other people's opinions. So these podcasts, I try to keep my opinions out. And let's be honest. Somebody once said to me, opinions and excuses, they're like butts. Everybody has one. Most of them stink. So I'm going to try my very, very best to keep the podcast open, unbiased, and just filled with questions rather than my own personal opinions or my personal take. Because I'm not always right. I know that my wife probably wanted to hear me say that, but do I always succeed? Maybe not, but I'm really going to try, everyone. I am really going to try to just not put opinions in here and to be as unbiased as possible in the way I present. So not to take a side. So, thank you. I just need to say this to everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for taking the time to tune in and think through these topics with me as we go through some of these podcasts in the future. And always, thank you for giving me the positive, valuable feedback. Now, I know I'm not always going to get positive feedback. I'm okay with that. I understand. I'm a big boy. You can throw some punches at me. I can take it. But, I'm having a good time. I'm having a lot of fun with this podcast. I hope that you enjoy listening to it as much as I enjoy putting them together. It's a lot of fun. So it all really comes down to this: the business of asking questions and provoking thoughts. That's what this is all about. That's the angle I'm trying to take. So hopefully I'll catch you guys out there on some of these podcasts. I'm going to try to do more podcasts with video, and all of these podcasts will be raw feed. There will be no editing done to these podcasts. So you're going to hear me cough. You're going to hear me say which I'm working on, trying not to. I'll get better maybe, I hope, as we move along. But these are raw feed, and I want you to hear it from my heart. I want you to know that it's sincere what I'm saying. This is raw. So with that, I want to close out this introduction. I hope that gives you a little bit of an idea of who I am and where I'm going. So I just ask this for all of you to just please be well. Please be kind to one another, and always stay curious, because that's how we grow and that's how we improve. We stay curious. So welcome to Joe's Hot Takes 25. Thank you so much, and we'll see you out there.